Thank you, Representative Grossman. I was going, before I talk about the proposals, I was going to make just a few comments. In the private sector, I'm a financial planner. And you know, you're reading a lot in the news that momentum's coming back in this country. And Bernanke said last week that his mind recession is about over. I'm here to tell you that Ohio recession is far from over. I mean, if you look at the numbers that we're seeing and continue to see, and if you want, I was going to say the same thing Chris said about President Obama. That was from an interview with the Toledo Blade staff. So the people are going to realize that we need to do something very strong for Ohio. So if you bear with me, let's talk about the issues we're going to talk about today. The first one's already been proposed is the employer tax credit to hire unemployment Ohioans. It's House Bill 277. That's Todd Snitzler's bill. And that would authorize a non-refundable tax credit for hiring and employing previous unemployed individuals. Ohio businesses that hire previously unemployed individuals will receive a $2,400 tax credit for each such employee that they employ. Each credit will be claimable for up to 2 years so long as the employee was unemployed for 4 consecutive weeks. And you'll see the remainder in your press release. Second, small business capital loans. This bill would authorize the creation of a low to zero interest program for small businesses through the local business linked deposit program. I have a lot of small business clients. In my opinion, it is the toughest time I've seen small business trying to access credit. If you talk to the banks, it is extremely difficult for small businesses in the state to access credit. Tax credits for Ohio graduates. My learned friend here has introduced House Bill 144 would grant an income tax credit, eliminating tax liability for 5 years for individuals who obtain a baccalaureate degree and reside in Ohio. Eliminating the state income tax for graduates would allow them to use the extra money to help pay back their student loans and other debts incurred during college, as well as attract college students from other states. The next one is tax credits for specialized credits, and you can see it ties right in with House Bill 144. This bill would apply the income tax provisions of House Bill 144 to any person in the trade that has reached the journeyman status or its equivalent. The next area is a big area for me, the estate tax relief. This bill would reduce the estate tax, authorize township and municipal corporations to exempt from the state by initiative. I emphasize by initiative. You know, I come from local governments, and we understand that local governments are in this tough shape, if not worse shape, than the state and the federal governments. So this would allow each individual municipality and township to make that decision whether they need those dollars or not. I think that's real important. The next bill is the small business regulatory reforms. It's a companion, will be a companion bill to Senate Bill Companion 3. Senate Bill 3, a package of small business reform, is currently under consideration in the House State Government Committee and has been under debate since mid-March. In order to expedite passage of Senate Bill's 3 key provisions, we drafted companion legislation covering 3 key proposals to help business cut through bureaucratic red tape and provide accountability and crafty agency regulations. The next issue is the Small Business Resource Portal. This bill would direct OD&D to create an online small business resource center, expanding upon the existing Ohio Business Gateway on its internet website to serve as a clearinghouse of information relevant to Ohio businesses. The next one is the private sector compensation time. Senate Bill 17 companion introduced by Kevin Coughlin. This proposal would provide more flexibility, allowing an employer to instead provide compensatory time or paid time off of work. The intent of this legislation is to enable employers to provide a more family-friendly work environment by providing flexibility for their employees. The 9th proposal is tracking job placement success. This bill would require the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services to submit annually to the leaders of the General Assembly a copy of the report submitted to the United States Department of Labor pursuant to the Federal Workforce Investment Act, and to make a copy of the report available on the department's website. And the final proposal is it's analyzing the company's exits. We need to learn why we're losing companies we are. This bill would require the Ohio Department of Development to produce a report of companies that have relocated out of Ohio, develop a standard questionnaire to elicit the reasons why these companies have chosen to leave, and to share its finding with the legislature. And we're not talking about developing a new commission. We're just talking about what we think they should be doing now. So I know we're going to have some questions later, but if you will, hold your questions till the end.
An important priority for us, for the people of Ohio. Representative Hackett has surgery in 2 hours.
I do. That's
but
why I'm
he's
a
here
little
this
shook.
morning because he cares, wants to make a difference.
Have a rotator cuff.
At this time, I'd like to ask Representative Balderson to come forward, please.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Troy Balderson, and I represent Shopton, Muskingum County, with unemployment of 12% in Muskingum County and over 13% in Shopton County. I kind of refer to that as Muskingum County being the Shaker Heights of Appalachia, so that's where I was born and raised. The only other thing worse than our state budget right now is the auto industry, which unfortunately I'm part of that too, so it's all around me. The initiatives today is absolutely vital to the state. These bills were created to offer incentives for businesses and young people to locate and to stay in Ohio, to provide resources to small businesses and to accurately track past progress in rebuilding the economy. Without a proactive movement towards economic renewal in this state, our recovery cannot be ensured. That said, bills that are referred to committee and lay unheard throughout the remainder of this General Assembly will not help anyone either, including myself. We as a party will request and urge the Democrats not only to hear our proposals, but to actively engage in the process and to ultimately to vote on this legislation on the House floor. Thank you.